Tonight on Cronkite News, we take a closer look at the latest illicit drug to hit the streets that authorities are warning could be the next drug to really decimate communities.
Plus, the city of Phoenix is putting down its 100th mile of cool pavement in the Valley neighborhoods. How does this technology work, and is it making a difference?
Plus, the annual Desert Challenge returns, bringing hundreds of athletes from around the world to compete right here in the Valley.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Crystal Stone.
And I'm Josh Amick. Thank you for joining us.
An illicit drug with a scary name is devastating some major metropolitan cities. The drug is called the zombie drug on social media because of the effect it has on the people who use it.
Alexandria Cullen talked to local experts to see if this drug has made its way to Arizona.
The Biden administration has designated the new drug as an emerging threat. And recently, Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays joined a group of states urging Congress to pass legislation to combat the drug because of its devastating effects.
Xylazine, commonly known as Tranq, a drug used in veterinary practices to sedate large animals, is making its way into fentanyl, creating an illicit drug with nearly fatal effects.
The xylazine will repress your respiratory system and slow you down, which makes the fentanyl worse. It also causes horrible things to happen to the rest of your body. It will rot your limbs, eat your skin. It's a nasty, nasty drug to mix with anything.
The drugs themselves are becoming more widespread, being mixed without users' knowledge, and creating a difficult situation for doctors and hospitals across the country in terms of treatment.
So in the case that we've heard about, the fentanyl is the main player that's causing most of the injury and deaths. You can reverse that with naloxone. If there is xylazine there, the patient won't wake up completely, but they'll just have to go to an intensive care unit and get the care that they normally would.
Although awareness of the drug and its effects are important, addiction and recovery advocate Jesse Mallory says the narrative on social media often mocks individuals and can be dismissive of the real problem.
The fact that someone can see someone at their lowest of low and their first thing is, I'm not going to help this person. I'm not going to make sure they have proper like utensils or like food. I'm going to put a video on TikTok so it can get likes and clicks.
Mallory became addicted to drugs through prescription medication. She eventually lost an arm due to the side effects related to xylazine and the fentanyl mixture. She says that the drug in particular is devastating.
People like me that, had their arm rotting off of their body. I have 2 skin grafts. I have one on my leg, one up here on this arm. And it's just like these hospitals are about to get like such an influx. And I don't think they're really prepared for like the withdrawing babies and everything like that that's going to come from this. It's going to be like a very bad situation.
Here in Arizona, the DEA says that fentanyl is still the biggest illicit drug problem, but they're keeping their eyes out for the potential here locally.
Mallory is using social media to help with the problem. She has a TikTok platform for discussion and speaks on her experience to raise awareness. In the newsroom, Alexandria Cullen, Cronkite News.
Officials in northern Arizona are kicking off a prescribed burn today in the Coconino National Forest. The Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management says the plan is to burn about 4,500 acres through tomorrow. It's called the Crater Sinks Project, and the burn will take place about 10 miles south of Flagstaff. The hope is that this prescribed burn will help prevent wildfires in the future.
Despite the Mercury's next 3 games coming on the road, it's a special homecoming for Brittney Griner.
Adrian Carbajal has more on what this return to Texas means for BG.
Brittney Griner will make her basketball return to the state of Texas for the first time since being detained in a Russian prison. This homecoming is an emotional one, as the last time she was in Texas, she had just been released back to the United States.
Being back in Texas, so the last time I was there, I just got traded back and I was on the military base in San Antonio.
But for Griner, this 2-game road stint against the Dallas Wings isn't all about dredging up the past, but about her first opportunity since her release to play in front of her friends, family, and the Texas crowd.
I got all my family in Houston coming. I have all my family from Little Rock, from Arkansas, driving down. So it's going to be a good time. Got a lot of tickets. Sorry if you can't find tickets. I may have took them all.
And on top of Griner's friends and family in attendance, the Baylor women's basketball team will also be at the game, which will be the first time that they've been able to make it to one of Griner's professional games.
I'm super excited for the Baylor women's basketball team to come down and coach and everything. You know, they've been so supportive of me and through everything that I was going through. So that honestly means a lot to me. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that a lot, big time.
As much as Brittney enjoyed her homecoming road trip, the Mercury will be back home at the Footprint Center as they host the Seattle Storm Tuesday. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. In the newsroom, Adrian Carbajal, Cronkite News.
Several weeks ago, nearly 200 adapted athletes from across the globe gathered in the Valley to compete in this year's Deserts Challenge put on by Arizona Disabled Sports.
Cronkite reporter Andrew Lynn heard the stories of several athletes and is live in the newsroom to share what he learned.
The Desert Challenge was more than just a competition. It was also a celebration. Awards were given, medals were won, and lots of smiles were shared. To help us better set the scene, meet Raul Perez, who epitomizes finding purpose through sports.
After the amputation, if there was something that took me a long time to understand, it was the loss of my independence. So when I'm on the track, it's the space where I truly feel independent.
Raul Perez is no stranger to adversity. In just 3 months, he lost both of his arms to an electrical accident and was told he only had a few months to live after being diagnosed with testicular cancer. The 48-year-old Guatemalan turned to track, where he's been competing for nearly 2 decades in adapted sports.
I believe that God left me with life to be able to give testimony, even in difficult times. We can make our dreams become reality. And this is why I keep practicing running.
Raul's motivation is his wife Lily, who supports him at every competition. You can find her on the side waving the Guatemalan flag or yelling loud in the background, supporting her husband every step of the way.
I'm his fan number one.
Lily es todo. Es el apoyo necesario y suficiente. Lily is everything. It's a sufficient motivation that in these 20 years, we're still here.
For these athletes, the support system reaches farther than just family and friends. Arizona Disabled Sports puts on the Desert Challenge year in and year out. But with the help of the Hartford, it's what makes these games a dream come true. This year, 2 participants walked away with new adapted equipment that costs 15 times more than it does for able-bodied people. For Katrina, it was a new bike.
This allows me to do whenever, wherever I want, and just the world is my limit.
And Max, new throwing discs.
Very impressed that they could find it. And it's just going to help out.
This year's Team Hartford athlete is Haley Dans, a 2-time Paralympic silver medalist who travels nationwide, sharing her message to other adapted athletes. She serves as an inspiration and shows them why they belong.
I had the right equipment, I had the right coaches, I had the right support. So if I can play a very small role in a young athlete's life to help get them to the level that I'm at, I think it just makes my entire journey feel a lot more meaningful.
Like Dan's, Perez runs for himself, but for others too. He's here to show them that if he can do it, they can too. He's showing them there's a purpose.
I believe that having a purpose in life is inspiring upcoming generations, that God does things miraculously and gives us a purpose in life.
Perez is now back in Guatemala and is working to qualify for the Paralympic Games in Paris 2024. In the newsroom, Andrew Lind, Cronkite News.
If you're planning to head up north over the summer, plan on plenty of construction.
That's because all of the rain and snow we've received over the winter created a mess for drivers. But up next, the new plan to repair all those potholes.
And later, will we hit triple digits across the valley over the weekend? Stay tuned to find out.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
And entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
Adrian Farewell, General Manager of Arizona PBS. We've got so much going on here at the station. I'm Catherine Anaya.
I'm Alberto Rios. I'm Chef Mark Tarbell.
I'm Ted Simons.
We want everyone to know that their Arizona connection starts right here at Arizona PBS.
For over the past 60 years, Arizona PBS has told incredible stories of Arizona's distinctive people.
We got to start being more vulnerable with each other.
What I love most about being a Latina woman is the passion and drive that I feel.
Beautiful landscapes and treasured history.
We're doing something that benefits the community.
Good evening and welcome to Horizonte.
Welcome to Check Please, Arizona.
Welcome to the U.S. Senate debate.
The recipient of the Emmy is
Arizona PBS.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication's Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
The Arizona Department of Transportation has started the massive job of repairing damaged pavement across the state. The pavement was damaged by all the rain and snow we received this past winter in our state. ADOT is tackling 23 projects. Most of those projects will take place in northern Arizona, where the snow really did a number on the highways there. The repairs are expected to take place through the summer, so expect plenty of closures.
The city of Phoenix is heating up, which means higher temperatures and a hotter ground. Daytime walks may not be as nice anymore unless you're in a neighborhood that has cool pavement. Brittney Griner went to a neighborhood in West Phoenix to hear more and watch a demonstration on how this cooling technique works.
Residents in West Phoenix are getting new and improved streets that not only make the streets look nicer, but the city says will also make the neighborhood cooler.
For years, we've been exploring and researching options to battle the urban heat island effect. We've been making strides.
Since 2020, the program has put in 100 miles of pavement in 30 neighborhoods across the city. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego says the cool pavement not only reduces the surface temperatures by up to 12 degrees, but it also improves the maintenance of the streets. This central Phoenix neighborhood got the cool pavement installed about 7 weeks ago. I was able to speak to one resident of the neighborhood who did say they have not seen a difference in temperature yet. Their only complaint was the road now picks up more dirt than the regular asphalt.
Why cool pavement works is that dark asphalt is very good at absorbing and slowly re-releasing heat into the environment. The cool pavement coating prevents sunlight from getting into the asphalt in the first place.
But does this cool pavement actually work? Scientists at Arizona State University created a mobile weather station named Marty to test the heat.
We can pull around and kind of put anywhere in the urban environment to really understand the totality of the heat experience that a human is experiencing.
Mayor Kate Gallego says the spray application acts almost as a sunscreen for our streets to keep them cool. In Phoenix, Bree Pacelli, Cronkite News.
It may have felt really hot out today, but the temperature is actually a bit cooler than normal this time of year. So how long will that stick around? Alexandria Cullen joins us now with more.
As we head into our evening planner around 8 p.m. tonight, 89 degrees, 86 by 9 and 84 by 10, a little bit cooler as the evening goes on. Looking at tomorrow morning's commute, we're going to see a couple extra clouds there. However, as we head later into the evening around 7 p.m. tomorrow, lots of cloud coverage. Great for all of us looking for a little bit of extra shade in the sun here. As we head into Thursday, lows, we're looking at 35 near the Grand Canyon, 51 in Prescott, 72 in Phoenix. And going into tomorrow's highs, 74 near the Grand Canyon, 96 in Phoenix, and mid-90s across the southern region. Pretty rare for Arizona considering we're almost in the middle of June. Now, as we look at the first couple days of our 8-day forecast, Thursday and Friday, scattered clouds, however, 96, 98 degrees respectively. Saturday is where we're going to see that triple-digit number and lots of extra cloud coverage. Now, looking at the rest of our week here, we've got mid-90s Sunday through Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday are going to be those triple digits, so make sure to grab your sunscreen. From the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Alexandria Cullen.
A rare sight today in New York City because of several massive fires in Canada.
The smoke from the fire was so bad it turned the famous New York skyline dark this afternoon. All the smoke is coming down from dozens of fires burning north of the border in Quebec. There's an air quality health advisory in effect in New York until tomorrow. But the air was so bad today, New York was among some of the most polluted cities in the world. Only cities in India and Bangladesh had worse air than the Big Apple.
Coming up next, collecting baseball cards just became a little more interesting.
A local card shop in Arizona is projecting that a rookie prospect card is already in high demand.
The card in question is a player not even in the league yet. However, this card is attracting attention from card shops all over the country.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
This is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
Against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news,
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
and entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
Adrienne Fairwell, General Manager of Arizona PBS. We've got so much going on here at the station.
I'm Catherine Anaya.
I'm Alberto Rios.
I'm Chef Mark Tarbell. I'm Ted Simons.
We want everyone to know that their Arizona connection starts right here at Arizona PBS.
For over the past 60 years, Arizona PBS has told incredible stories of Arizona's distinctive people.
We got to start being more vulnerable with each other.
What I love most about being a Latina woman is the passion and drive that I feel.
Beautiful landscapes and treasured history.
We're doing something that benefits the community.
Good evening and welcome to Horizonte.
Welcome to Check Please, Arizona. Welcome to the U.S. Senate debate.
The recipient of the Emmy is
Arizona PBS.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication's Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Stocks, bonds, and sports cards? This Diamondbacks prospect rookie card is demanding a lot of money. Our John Cusey tells us just how much it's going for.
Sports cards can go for pennies or thousands, and a certain Drew Jones rookie card is drawing a lot of attention before he even reaches the majors. I had the opportunity to visit a local card shop to find out just how valuable this card is. Lucky collectors in Ohio found the Drew Jones Super Refractor 1-of-1 rookie card, and a local card shop owner thinks his career will influence the price.
You can either get $250,000 now, or you can wait till he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, and then they'll give you $750,000. I definitely think if he did get to the Hall of Fame, then that card would well be worth over $1 million. So, I mean, it's kind of whether or not you think he's going to be the next, face of baseball.
The hobby goes a little deeper than the surface shows. You can invest, sell, and buy cards for either business or pleasure. And card enthusiast Gavin Hart isn't so sure he wants to invest in baseball.
It's prospecting in baseball. Anything can happen. So I would just take my money right now and I don't know. I'd probably buy more cards that I like UFC.
So the person who discovered the Drew Jones card got it out of a pack just like this. However, the best part is you never know what you're going to get, and there's plenty left to be found.
To know like the rarity of a card, now they make it a little easier. Most of the really cool ones will have different parallels or refractors shining on the front of the card, and then they'll generally be sequentially numbered. So from numbered to 199 or out of 50, or as in the Drew Jones case, the 1 of 1.
If you're lucky enough to find one of these special cards, there's always an important first step you must take.
That's the biggest thing, is protecting the value and the quality of the card. So you want to make sure you have penny sleeves, which is a little plastic sleeve that goes over the card. Once you have that, you want to put in a top loader, which is a hard plastic sleeve. After that, the card is pretty safe.
Drew Jones was even interested in his own card, but it was sold to someone else for $250,000. Now it will be interesting to see what Drew Jones does in his career, and a lot of collectors will be watching closely. John Kuzi, Cronkite News.
The Women's College World Series Finals begins today, and while Arizona might not have a team up to bat, there are still some locals ready to swing. Oklahoma and Florida State will face off in the first game of the championship series. The Sooners became home to 3 Arizona natives. Grace Lyons and Jocelyn Erickson both are alums of Sandra Day O'Connor High School. And Alina Torres from Cactus High School on the Florida State side. Junior pitcher Allison Royalty spent 2 years with the Arizona State Sun Devils. The Sooners and Seminoles will play today at 5 p.m.
Being a professional athlete can be stressful on its own, but when you add in the pressure of being under 18 and still studying in high school, life can seem even more hectic.
Our reporter Eduardo Morales shares a story of a young Phoenix Rising player as he goes through this.
At just 17 years old, Liam Mullins has already kicked off his professional soccer career. Coming up through the Rising's professional academy, the forward made the leap onto the Rising's active roster this season, all while finishing high school.
I think it's just having some structure around it, and knowing like setting some time aside to do schoolwork, and but also when I come in here, I'm a professional, so I need to try and stay locked in.
Mullins relies on veteran teammates like Rising captain Darnell King, who tries to mentor young players and learning how they handle being a professional.
There's leaders that can scream at you, and sometimes that message doesn't get across very well. I'm more a bit of explaining it and getting them to understand why you're here and who you're amongst. You're amongst players and players in the past that have played in Champions Leagues.
Despite the immense pressure that comes with being a professional student athlete, Mullins appears to be learning. Whether it is in the classroom or on the field, he seems to be growing exponentially. And so far, he is grateful for the opportunities that he has received.
It feels kind of surreal. I mean, if you had told me last year that I would have been in this position, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But yeah, it's really humbling as well. Just, I get to come into such a great environment every day, every morning, and get to learn every day and learn from the best.
Despite limited playing time, Mullins is happy to be a part of the team and learn from true professionals. In Phoenix, Eduardo Morales, Cronkite News.
Coming up next, for the most part, many Arizonans know how to swim.
But how many of us can remember our first swimming lesson?
These 2 Sumatran tigers had their very first swimming lesson this week and are ready to paddle into summer.
When you support Arizona PBS, you plant a seed. Seeds that provide educational outreach in our community. Seeds that put our digital resources to work. Seeds that foster the trusted news coverage you expect from PBS. And seeds that continue the amazing PBS programs you love. But our garden can't keep growing without your support. Visit our website to see all the ways you can help our garden grow. Plant a seed with Arizona PBS today.
My heart is racing right now.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You're uncovering the truth.
These are consequential things.
Yeah.
Oh, look at everybody.
I feel the presence of all these people.
I've got history.
I wish my mom could be here to see this.
Amazing.
It's like the most vital stuff, right?
Tuesdays on Arizona PBS.
2 Sumatran tigers had their very first swimming lesson this week.
The cubs, who are turning 1 later this month, paddled to their heart's content and played with giant floating balls under the supervision of their own parents. The zoo says tigers are excellent swimmers because of their webbed paws, so a wet summer full of slipping and sliding is underway for these big cats.
That's it for Cronkite News. Thanks for joining us.
And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.